roundtable with F1 fan, Fuel, that's me,
Hi.
Mr. NASCAR, and Luke, man.
What's up?
Also known as Nicholas Cordova,
thanks.
Nick Mace, shut up, Mason Gordon, and
Thanks for
Luke
getting
Martin.
me, you queer bag.
Alright, we're gonna give our thoughts on the season so far.
Well,
so far season 3's been good.
Okay.
I like season 3.
Like I said last
Well,
time,
so
don't
far,
be afraid to
killing.
say y'all's thoughts.
So anyway, Mason, how has your season been going?
well, it was fun at Daytona and Bearfield with good runs, but Vegas, I didn't have a good feeling about it when we were practicing with the high speeds and the packing up we were doing in Las Vegas. And I'd like to first apologize to the 25 and everybody who was involved in that wreck I caused. It was my fault, no intention. I just feel horrible for everybody involved. And I hope everyone forgives me since this is the first bad thing I've ever done. And I hope we can get back to good racing when the doctors okay me to go back racing.
Alright,
His start, he's going to be having Tim Siegel driving his start. He was a big season 1 racer that we're glad to see him back.
Yeah, speaking of Tim Siegel, not many people remember him in season 1. Season 1, because of Sony Cup Series not being big in season 1, Tim Siegel he started the season off his first race in race 3. He missed 2 races and came runner-up in the championship by 5 points. He hadn't even raced in season 2. This is his first start since the finale of season 1. And with him starting in race 4 at a dirt track, I would expect a lot of things from Tim Siegel.
Well, it'll be interesting because there's some expectation that if he does well, we might see him in a Roush car for round 5. Not necessarily the 17, not necessarily the 16, but in something. Same for Vijay Puchanda in the 16.
Yeah, and now...
Although Puchanda has some other commitments he has to get to, so...
Now, let's talk about
the
the wreck itself. What was your guys' thoughts on the wreck, the last wreck and the big one, involving the 4 guys getting airborne?
Luke, you want to take this one away?
Come on, guys, speak up.
I think... Who started the wreck again?
If you talk about the second wreck, the 29 came down on me.
The 12 looked like he had a mechanical problem. Bunched the pack up, and the 29 came down on the 17.
I think that since my 12 car, Calvin Malone, was in a wreck before, he was already slow, but he shouldn't have been that slow. So, like F1 said, there's something had to be wrong. Yeah, something had to be wrong with the car. And then
it almost looked like if a tire went down.
He held up like everyone, and then that just caused everyone to get bunched up, and the 29 came down on the 17. And then that caused everyone at 200 and whatever miles per hour to flip, and it caused 3 people to get injured.
Which includes 2 of your teammates.
Yeah,
2 round cars got injured.
2 of my teammates and 1 car that I own.
Yeah, that was a very scary wreck.
Which will be driven by...
What do you do in that situation, Luke Martin?
He really...
I mean, your team car causes a big wreck by pure accident. We can't forget that. It was an accident. But it causes his teammate to get hurt, has to miss a race, and 2 of your teammates from Roush. I mean, what do you do in that situation?
I don't know. I just look forward to see what happens in the future.
What I would do. I would just get up, buck up, and just keep going and race hard at round 4. That's all you can do in that situation.
Racing happens.
You gotta put Vegas behind you.
And that is a racing
go on to round 4
going for the win, and
Orange
you have
County.
a lap car right there holding up a bunch of guys, and a lot of people are desperate to show their team owners that they can win a race, so they're trying as best to get by the slow lap car. And with that happening, it just left
Was
the
the
racing
12 a lap
field.
down?
Yeah, he was left.
No, the 12
I
was
don't
on
think
the
the 12
lead
was a
lap.
lap down.
He was on
My
the lead
question
lap,
was, how long was he on track going that slow pace?
It like just happened.
From what it looked like, his car was fine until he got into turn 3, and it looked like the car just went bang.
Yeah.
And then it just
Maybe he lost a
slowed
cylinder or
down
something?
rapidly. He couldn't get. It almost looked like he lost the tire because he was starting to weep a bit. It almost looked like he lost the right front, and he was doing a good job controlling it, but he was slow, and that bunched everybody else behind him.
Yeah, and with
Well,
Penske car number 12 doing that, you have team owner Greg Brown, like, he's not happy with the 2 or the 12 in any situation. So we got sort of a rivalry between, like, Penske and Hendrick, and a little one of Roush and Hendrick.
Well,
Greg Brown likes rivalries, but he's got a rivalry between Roush and Hendrick, obviously.
Hendrick is in a big mosh pit of rivalries right in here, which is not what you want to be in going for a championship.
And you want me to tell you something? The expectation was so high for Hendrick. Greg Brown said it's so high, and none of his drivers are doing anything.
Well,
The only
speaking of
supposedly
Hendrick,
up there is a 24.
speaking of Hendrick, I'd like to talk about the shocking move, the 48 pole under I think it was a caution when he and the 2 got tangled.
That was,
Honestly,
to me, that was
why
racing.
did he go? Why did he keep going full speed and slide right up into? I think he slid up into the 1 or the 19.
I think that was more racing with the 2 and the 48. But really, the only blame I could throw on that was the 48 not lifting after the 2 got off of him.
Not using any brakes.
The 2 and the 48 was going 3 wide to try and.
As well.
The 2 and the 48 were going 3
You wanna
wide to
what?
try and beat the guys back to the line to get their spots. And after they crossed the line, I don't know what happened. It was more racing than anything. The 2 lifted right as they hooked together, but the 48 just kept going and right up into the 1 and 19.
And he wrecked his car. And honestly, if he had just lifted, he probably only would have lost 1 spot instead of wrecking himself.
Hey, Phil, how much time do we have?
Don't worry about that. We only got like 7 minutes.
Alright.
Alright, let's talk
Alright,
about
so let's go on to some of the older races, like round 2 of Fairfield and round 1 of Daytona.
So far this year, Hendrick has been a disappointment. Like, none of their cars have been positioned good.
And just think, Nick, you wanted to go to Hendrick.
Speaking of the
Yeah,
biggest
'cause
disappointment, how about the biggest shock? I mean, talk about Brandon Bain.
P2 London.
Brandon Bain, like,
Osnego.
London. I mean, you guys.
P2 London is the biggest shock for
Austin
me.
Ogo. I mean,
Brandon Bain's the lead driver at RCR, but P2 London shocked me with how fast he is. He's clearly the lead driver over at Gattuso's team, which means your Gattuso's team isn't that solid right now. He's said some things that I guess aren't being taken lightly by the Sony Cup Series official.
My teammates, I'm glad my team with the 99, the 16, the 17, and the 6, I'm glad we're all fast. About every week, I'm shocked that the 97 isn't performing as well as we are.
Yeah, I don't...
And that's lighting a fire underneath Dylan White. That's a good point because, let me just say, Tim Fiegel could do well. What does that prove to not necessarily Mason Gordon or the 16, but what does that prove for Dylan White? Dylan White's got to pick up the speed or else he very well could be.
I honestly think you're right, F1. You're my owner. I think you're 1 or 2 more races, see if you can pick anything up, and after that, I think you're going to tell him to hit the road.
The 97 Dylan White was one of the guys that was gaining experience of last year. Yet after his brother passing away at Rockingham, he didn't really do anything much for the 3, besides win at Bristol, but that was more of a luck-up win for him, and since then he's not really done much. In that 97 car, he's more, I don't know what to call it, but like, the 97, just like, I don't even remember him being in a wreck and he was off the pace. Like, during before the race, he was like hanging in the back like he couldn't find the speed to get up there. at Las Vegas
97
or
is in a
Barefoot.
hole. 97's in a hole, and now let me say, if he doesn't show speed at round 4 and if Tim Fiegel does well, we could be seeing a new driver in the 97. I think there could be a few new drivers coming in. You got Mason Wood, who has no clue what he's doing.
I'm going to tell you
Out
right
there.
now, Michael Walton was on the hot seat for round 3 because I was really looking at him, and then he showed his momentum in race 3, and so...
But then he screws it up by passing the damn pace car.
That's what
Yeah,
my
let's talk
drivers-
about
I mean,
that. Let's clear things up for
Let's
some
talk
of the
about the
fans.
finish to Vegas.
Yeah, like the 38, the 88, looking to have a great.
They were going to have a 1-2 finish for that team. And
They
then
were
they
gonna-
do that and pass the pace car along with Jake Smith. And that just screws them.
Yeah,
And all
but
3 drivers have not had good seasons.
the 31 had. The 31, I will tell you, the 31 did. He's had a very good season, Jake Smith has. And I was really expecting more of him. He's been a really fast car along with him and Brandon Bain. And then he goes out and he had a winning car out at Vegas, but then he screws it up there where he had a 3rd place finish.
The fastest 2 cars out there were the 2 Penske's. I will say that now, and I'll keep saying it. The fastest 2 cars in Las Vegas were the Penske's. Those cars were up front almost. Samuel Mills had led probably over half the race, it seems like. Samuel Mills deserved that. And then you saw the Roush cars were making a late charge at the end, and they kind of just get screwed up because of the 12 blowing up or whatever happened to the 12. Luke, man, you're going to have to tell us what exactly happened to the 12, because we don't know.
We honestly don't know either. It's just something mechanical that happened with the car, we believe.
I think
But that
it
car
might
just-
have, he
that
dropped
car
the
just
cylinder right in the
dropped.
middle of the pack. That's what it looked like to me.
I don't think a cylinder, because I don't think the car would slow down that much if he lost a cylinder.
Well, think, they're going over 200 in a
engine would have
pack,
to
and
go.
he's by himself. He loses a cylinder. I mean, it's like he's going probably 50 miles an hour
He
slower
wasn't
than that.
by himself, though. He was up with the leaders.
Yeah, but
He was like in 2nd place when that happened.
No, he wasn't. He was a lap down. He just went a lap down when that happened.
Yeah, he had one.
He was involved in the wreck before that, I think.
Or we could go with what my team owner says. He may have had a tire going down
I
slowly,
think a
and he
tire
tried to
might
get
have
the
gone
pit.
down.
He tried to pit, but then the inside line came in, and then all of a sudden the tire just completely let go on him, and he
I
couldn't
think
do
he had a
anything.
mechanical issue.
I'm leaning mechanical over tire, but tire's been an interesting situation.
Well, remember, as the
Anyway, let's
results
talk about
last
the
year,
finish. Let's go to the finish quickly, because I don't know if we have... Oh, wait, we already did talk about the finish.
Yep.
Essentially,
No.
right now, who do you think is going to be big for the next 3 races? I think we're going to a dirt track. Hot ring, I think it might be on the schedule. Depends what
Bristol is
Field
round
says.
5.
And Bristol.
Give your guys thoughts.
I'll tell you what, though, I hope I'm in the car for Atlanta.
oh, I could say my 18 team needs a great run in the next couple of weeks to get back to the championship hunt.
You got time, and I'm not even saying that these 2 guys that are sitting out are not out of the championship by far. It's 1 race.
No, don't even say
Well,
anything close
yeah.
to that, because we had Tim Fiegel in season 1.
Tim Fiegel.
I will say that to in every season, Tim Fiegel in season 1, he missed 2 races, and Jackson Braun won the first 2 races, and he had 40 points over him. That's 2 races he was points ahead, and at the end of the season, he came up 5 points short for the championship. If he would have just started...
It ain't over till a
would've-
checker flag drops at the final race.
If it was, if he would have finished 17th out of 20 cars in season 1, then, in both first and second race, if he would have started, he would have won the championship. But with that said, this is coming to a close, and so yeah, we'll see you guys later.